At the casino, I spotted a very familiar figure. Old Wu. I heard that Old Wu ran away, but I didn't expect to meet him here. In the final analysis, Macau was to blame for Lao Wu's downfall. After becoming obsessed with baccarat, he had no intention of taking care of the company and just did a perfunctory job. The management was chaotic, the construction unit cut corners, and a leading company in the industry that was originally a good company actually caused many owners to go to the municipal government due to housing quality problems in the entire community, and was followed and reported by provincial media, thus triggering a series of chain reactions. First, the bank went into trouble, withdrawing loans, hoping to recover the credit limit. Then the court issued a ruling, making the company a defendant hundreds of times, and many properties were enforced. And then at the company's most critical moment, he took another 3,000. He loaned money at high interest rates, hoping to make a comeback in Macau by playing baccarat, but he was washed away again. Amid the shouting and killing from many small loan companies, Lao Wu had to run away all night to escape. Now he rents a house in Zhuhai, relying on the hundreds of thousands of yuan he brought out, and often comes here to win a little money. He sighed deeply and said, "Brother, I have fully confessed in this life. This evil baccarat has really caused me misery. I'm afraid it will be difficult for me to get over it again in my lifetime. At this moment, I don't know what to say." "Are you trying to persuade him to stop gambling?" "He was obviously gambling, so why did he have the nerve to open his mouth?" I asked. "Where's Dongzi? How is he? Did he help you?" Old Wu shook his head angrily. "Don't mention him again, this wolf kid is an ungrateful thing. Not only does he not help, he also adds insult to injury." President Wu's situation shocked me very much. Is this the story of the legendary gambler, or is it my own ending? I didn't dare to continue talking anymore, and even at a certain moment, I wanted to go home. All gamblers feel that this kind of thing will never happen to them anyway. They always feel that it is a very distant thing. They hear the stories and see the excitement. Only when this event actually happens to him on a certain day of a certain year, a certain month, will he believe that all the stories are scripted. Today's target has been exceeded, and he is leaving customs and returning to his rental house in Zhuhai. He only brought 10,000 yuan into the customs each time, and then withdrew after winning 1 or 2,000 yuan. He never wanted to fight. He was lucky today and actually won the period, so he had to get out quickly, otherwise if he continued to stay, he would not even be able to protect his capital during this period. He has regarded gambling as a profession, and his mentality is surprisingly good. I hope he can make a comeback one day. The 200,000 chips I bought didn't even take a bite, so I simply gave him to Lao Wu. It was considered as a way to show some kindness to him in trouble. After all, he was a friend. Lao Wu took the chips and was so moved that he couldn't speak for a long time. Looking at his retreating back, I almost cried. Once upon a time, a mere 200,000 yuan was only enough for him to give a birthday gift to a beautiful PR girl, or a high-quality human body banquet on the table. When I returned to the room, I felt extremely depressed. The image of Lao Wu's back is always lingering in my mind. It's really 30 years to the east of Hedong and 30 years to the west of Heshi. Time, everything has cause and effect. Will Lao Wu's today be my tomorrow? Essentially, there is no difference. He and I are both heads of our own companies, and we are both facing business crises. We are both obsessed with Macau and baccarat. The many similarities make me shudder. What to do? Do you want to go back home and wash your hands in a golden basin? Say goodbye to terrible Macau and terrible baccarat forever. But can I really do it? I asked myself repeatedly in my heart. Why don't we wait until this game is over? Since we've come here, why bother with this game? Besides, we don't necessarily lose. There is still a difference between my playing style and Lao Wu's. I play like a desperate Saburo, so there is no need to pay attention to strategy and tactics. But I am meticulous in my plans, well organized in offense and defense, and am better at capturing and grasping results. Moreover, I had just won a match before, which was the beginning of good luck. From this point of view, I am confident that my success rate must be much higher than that of Lao Wu. Thinking of this, my mood instantly became beautiful. I am also looking forward to tomorrow's battle a little more. Look, it's getting late, so let's go to bed, recuperate, and strive to create greater glory. When I got up in the morning, I called Lao Wu and asked him if he could still pass the test today. If so, he could come over and help me build up my momentum. He said he couldn't get the pass, so he went back to ask for a visa by courier, and the 2-trip quota on his passport this month had been completely used up. He said anxiously, "How about I ask a smuggler to ferry me over? It'll cost 5,000 yuan. I quickly said, "Forget it. The smuggler's boat is small and it's not safe to travel by sea. There's no need to take this risk. President Wu, I insisted that it was okay, but I politely declined. For today's bet, I still chose the Liwei Hall where I won money last time. Entering the hall, Officer He and Supervisor Yen bought 3 million chips from the counting room, and then sat down solemnly at the gaming table. The river officer and the supervisor are still the same people as last time. It can be seen from their expressions that they must still know me. After all, being able to win tens of millions in such a short period of time is probably not that common. He Guan has already started playing cards. With the experience of winning money last time, he is sitting at the gambling table today, feeling confident in his heart. I decided to continue the way I played last time, and based on the principles of firm belief and strong heart, I took the opportunity to win. The opportunity came. A line that appeared to be a cage on the road sign had its head exposed from the jungle with strange rocks and steep cliffs, and it was planning to continue exploring. I quickly stopped the guest officer and pushed 300,000 yuan to the banker. I thought about it, as long as the offer is given, there will be no more, and I will keep pushing the price of 100,000 until it explodes. If not, I will continue to wait patiently. With a betting capital of 3 million and a bet of 300,000 each time, I had a total of 10 chances. The cards were finally opened, and the dealer stopped abruptly. I was stunned, and a contemptuous smile appeared on the corner of the officer's mouth. He must still be remembering the card game that impressed him so much last time. Now that he had finally avenged this arrow, he must be extremely proud. I ordered provocatively, "Keep flying cards." I stretched out my hand and put my back on the table, which made me feel a little depressed, and a bad premonition came over me. President Wu's blurry back appeared so clearly in front of my eyes at this moment. Could it be that this chance encounter with Lao Wu was an arrangement from God, the last warning God gave me in the midst of my busy schedule? I'm afraid this is not just as simple as going against your will. Lao Wu disappeared for so long, and so many people tried their best to find him everywhere, but I happened to meet him just before I entered Macau and was about to go shopping in the casino. Originally, I wanted to invite Lao Wu to come over to help, but his passport's exit quota was full. Isn't all this a special warning from God to me? If you continue, old Wu will be your fate. I was a little timid. The chips in my hand were like 4,000 kilograms of iron and I couldn't pick them up at all. What about having a firm belief and a strong heart? Did you promise to seize the opportunity and win it in one shot? Uncle Kai muttered, after thinking so much, are you still you? What happened to old Wu's appearance? It's not a coincidence, is it really God's arrangement? God is so busy that he has no time to talk to you, don't be sentimental. Bar. At this time, He Guanfei came up with a one-on-one path. It may not be accurate to say the path, because he was in the 3 positions of pretending to be virtuous. Continuing the one-on-one challenge is the way to go, but in my mind I have already decided that this is a long one-on-one challenge. If you ask me why, I can't tell you clearly. It's just a feeling. So I firmly pushed for 300,000. When it comes to money, I no longer think too much about it. When sitting at the gambling table, the most taboo thing is to be too preoccupied and indecisive. Even though he had a good hand, he could be beaten to pieces by these distracting thoughts, and even opened the evil win, and killed him with one shot. I breathed a long sigh of relief, then picked up the 100,000 and pushed it to the bank. I have determined that he is a long heads up, and my confidence is slowly recovering. I seem to have found the feeling I had when I won money last time. However, I felt that this thing was still not very reliable in the end. I used the abominable He Guan and used his immortal skills to mercilessly break the back of the dueling dragon with my hands. Old Wu's back appeared in front of his eyes again, and he couldn't get rid of it for a long time. God's warning seems to be coming true. One round ended and another started. Today I was never able to kill a round happily. I basically died as soon as I made a move. I won 3 rounds in a row for a long time. I just played like this for 4 or 5 hours. In the end, I got 3 million. Cleaned up. I returned to the room in a daze, with the gambling game that had just passed in my mind. This faction is so cool. If I get 8 points, the opponent will get 9 points. If I get 9 points, the other side will get 9 points. If I get 6 points, the other side will kill me with 7 points. Now I really have reason to believe that Lao Wu is the person sent by God to warn me.